This is how we breathe.
3 days after your 21st birthday, you decided to join the police academy. You were my big brother, and I was so proud. After 22 long weeks of late-night phone calls, I watched you walk out in your dark navy uniform, embellished with a shiny silver badge. You were the epitome of an American hero.
I was 7 years old when I watched you take the oath of honor. My eyes were as wide as the fullest moon, the star on your chest shining as bright as our future, and as clear as the ones on the flag you saluted. Daddy, you promised to always have the courage to hold yourself and others accountable for their actions. For weeks you would come home for dinner, and you would tell my mom and I stories about all the robbers you caught. We thought you were so brave.
I thought you were so brave. You said you wanted to protect the citizens of this great country, that as long as you were around, we would always be safe.
You said you wanted the street safe enough for me to play outside until the streetlights and the fireflies came out. You didn't want my mama to worry. Little did I know she would have to.
Little did I know that the world would need protection from you.
After many months, I watched the smiles drain from both your faces like light from a dying firefly. Heard so many fights, it was like I was in the middle of a war zone and you were winning.
You had the badge on your side. A shield turned every word into a weapon and every treaty into a battle. Your actions are a war crime. You were America's dark knight, sent to eradicate dark skin, but this isn't vigilante justice.
Years later, you had so many kills it started to concern my mother. Pulling triggers transformed you into a statistic.
A cop became a robber of lives, and I know I should be more afraid of you than the villains in your stories.
You started using the phrase self-defense so lightly, it worried her. You started to betray your integrity and character. You started turning into someone I shouldn't even know.
Because you didn't grow up like that. It was taught to you. Like the 22 weeks away was spent turning you into a murderer instead of a man.
It's almost as if the flag you swore upon as you took your oath enveloped you, painted you in the thick warm red of their blood, dripping on the supremacy of their white skin.
Wearing the dark blue that has come to be known as a symbol of hate. You always said it was them.
You always said it was them. But it was your actions all along. You were the writer of your stories. My mother was always your illustrator. She painted a perfect picture of your day with just her words.
I started to learn that you would always be the greatest manipulator I would know. If I caught you in a lie, you would shoot me down just like you did those boys.
For walking while being black.
For getting their keys while being black.
For eating while being black.
For jogging while being black.
For breathing while being black.
For being black.
Just for being black. After 17 years, I've learned not to respect you.
Not to listen to a damn thing that comes out of your mouth, not to sit around and be quiet.
I cannot be quiet because someone has to call you out on your bullshit. You may have all the boys in blue behind you.
But I can promise you one thing, you will never have me. You may get the canceled court dates.
And the paid leave, but it still leaves the weight of lost lives on your shoulders.
Don't you feel their weight on your shoulders? But you don't seem to crack under the pressure. Brother.
Father.
Stranger.
Officer.
22 weeks turned you into a person I no longer knew. You're a monster.
You became a monster, and there's no badge big enough to hide it.